Well, hello, everyone. Today, we are so lucky to have Cindy Engle with us. I met Cindy years and years ago. And to be honest, I can't remember where we met, but I do remember going up to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan and having an amazing time during the art festival. And I've been up there a couple of times. And Cindy is a community builder. She's a networker. And when I thought about doing these podcast interviews, I'm like, I got to get Cindy on. So, Cindy, thank you so much for being with us today. We're glad to have you here.
You're welcome. And how we met was you had been at a workshop in Florida where there was a labyrinth, and I was building a labyrinth. And
Oh, that's right.
know more about it. And you came up and we drummed on the labyrinth, and we drummed at the art fair, and I think you've been here 3 times.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It was funny. My first time there, I was traveling a lot during that time. And I'm like, Cindy, how am I going to find you? Cause I think the first time I went up there, I hadn't met you yet.
I
And,
know.
and I'm like, like which baggage claim do I go to? And she goes, well, you're in luck. There's only one baggage claim in Marquette. So I'll find you.
Yeah, immediately.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So
Like,
our our theme for the podcast is realizing your genius. And the thing that I know about you, Cindy, is you have really, if there's an example of genius, it's you. You have the Blues Festival, the Hall of Fame, the Marquette music scene, the art fair, so much contribution to your community and shining so brightly. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what it means for you to realize your greatness?
um, helping other people. That's how I started the art fair. There was a day where um, 24 of our artists got juried out of our big art fair in town, and I just didn't see them losing all their revenue for the summer, where they get to stay home and stay in their own houses and make a good portion of their money. So that was my first one. And then I was with the music scene. I was out and about one night, and I like, why is there nobody here? Well, nobody advertises this. What? What do you mean? Well, the bars don't want to do it because it costs money, and the musicians don't want to do it. So I took it on. And then the Hall of Fame just falls in naturally, because you have to preserve the history, and the venues are gone. People that moved to Marquette in the last 3 years wouldn't even remember or know about venues from 10 years ago, or musicians.
Wow.
So it's just important to bring all that stuff forward.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And the Blues Fest, the first meeting I went to there, somebody said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I don't know. You join an organization to participate, don't you?" Well, yeah, but nobody comes to. Okay, well, you're stuck with me.
so what is the Blues Festival? What do you do? I haven't been up there for that.
Um, the Blues Festival, I run the silent auctions and the um, picture taking of the national artists when they come in. Um, I'm just, when I was in my building before I just moved out of my studio space, I called myself the mall mom. I'm the mom that has to try to take care of a lot of people.
Wow. Fantastic. And one of the things that in almost every success story, there's some hard work
And
and
anybody,
what's that?
I said, almost anybody can do it. You
Well,
just,
I don't know about that.
well, you just have to decide that you want to participate. You just have to choose that. You don't have to do four things, but you can do one thing.
Yeah. Well, that's good advice. I was just going to say a lot of times success is followed, it comes after some hard work and adversity, and clearly, you've found a situation that really needed some help, and you stepped up to the plate. You got any good stories of hard work and adversity that you overcame to uh, find the success in helping people shine?
Oh, I hear that I do that a lot. So I'm not good at taking allocates, but it's fun to hear when somebody says, "You made me, you made my business work. You helped me this way, or you helped me that way."
Mm-hmm.
Those are good things.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And you know, what what do you see as your biggest accomplishment? I know that you're not one to toot your own horn, but you have done some pretty cool things.
I have done some pretty cool things, and I don't know which one to pick.
Well, give me a few of them.
The art fair
Mm-hmm.
is huge. The Hall of Fame and market music scene. I had somebody from another town, like, I don't know, Madison, Wisconsin, say, "Will you come here and do a music scene here?" Are you kidding me? You got to know your. It doesn't work that way. You gotta know your musicians. You gotta know your town. But
Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for a manual, the music scene manual, and you can send it out to the other cities and get people doing that, huh?
right.
Speaking of which, what advice do you have for someone who, like this person that called you, like somebody that sees a need and they're not sure what to do? What's your advice?
Um, Decide where your passion is. Look it over carefully because it doesn't help to start something and stop. I've been doing the music scene for 10 years and the art fair for 29 years.
Wow.
And, it's not, sometimes there is no repayment for what you put out. Sometimes you don't even break even, but um, it's that passion's got to be there.
Got it. Got it. Well, that's probably the biggest thing that I could. Obviously, I have a passion for music. Uh, I am definitely going to come up for a blues festival at some point, and
I do. I can't wait for that.
we'll have some fun. And I thank you so much for being on the podcast today and giving us this great wisdom. It's so awesome to see someone who is so dedicated to their community and being a musician. It's hard to be seen. It's easy to be overlooked, and to have someone step up like you have, especially in a place like Marquette, which is not exactly mainstream America. Uh, it's really awesome to hear of the great things that you're doing up there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast today. And we'll maybe when it comes time for a blues festival, we'll have you on maybe, or I'll come up there and do a live interview from the blues festival. That might be kind of fun.
That would be lots of fun.
All right. Well, everybody, if you have any questions for Cindy, I will. Is it okay for me to post your contact, your email, so people can contact you?
Sure.
She is an amazing woman that does amazing things in a community that otherwise would not be very recognized. And those of you who have a passion for art, for music, for community, Cindy's the one to talk to. So thank you so much for being with us today, and really enjoy having you on the Genius Lab podcast.
Thank you for having me.